Crazy entrance.
Today I am exploring lower San Antonio Creek below Mount Baldy, so I'm likely gonna revisit a mine, maybe find a few more, and yeah, look for some waterfalls. I'm glad to see the flow. Good thing it's not too crazy though. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but it looks like this is gonna be pretty easy to cross today. Over the last couple of days, we've had quite a bit of rain, but it's been a lot less than 2023 and 2024, so the water really isn't all that crazy. This is the red, white, and blue mine for the third time. And yeah, a lot of water, sort of deep. I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 feet at the worst about here. But yeah, so I'm definitely gonna poke around in this one again, you know, but my idea coming here this time is mostly to sort of look for another adit, right? So this guy, I forget his YouTube channel, but Minefinder, I think one of the channels I looked into when learning about this mine, the Kelsey mine, maybe a few others, he mentioned that there's like another adit in this area. So yeah, but anyways, this is just stunning. I'm gonna get a little photo here real quick. You know, I gotta get my photos. Yeah, I had to take a quick little stop there. This is incredible and very photogenic mine. You know, you got a lot of this, you know, carbonate growing on the mine walls here, and yeah, a bunch of groundwater too. You know, and so pretty impressive. Yeah, appears to be some tubing here. May have been there last time. I don't remember. Looks like someone was working in there a bit, but anyways, yeah, this is the longer route. So we'll go this way before we get along that main shaft. And yeah, gotta be careful. Yeah, so you get a lot of these crazy stalactite structures. A lot of them aren't very long, but it still is really cool in my opinion. And so, yeah, this tarp has also been here for a while. Pretty cool. You know, people visit this sometimes. I don't know. I mean, I know people know about it, but it really hasn't gotten all that trashed, which is why I'm not going to give away the precise location, but it wasn't really too hard for me to figure out. Just with all the resources online, you know, people commenting, sharing videos, you can kind of triangulate where this is if you're really into it. But yeah, okay, so it terminates right about here on this end. And so yeah, you can tell some of this rock here a little more loose. There have been collapses, so don't want to be here for too long. Anyways, very cool. I'm gonna make my way back there and then go up, and then I'll look for the other adit, but I hope you enjoyed that. All right, yeah, this is quite a nice view coming out too, so I figured I'd start filming a little early. But yeah, this isn't really an enormous mine. It's definitely smaller than the Kelsey mine, comparable to some of the Los Flores mines, I'd say. I may not be able to get to those for a while just due to the fact that I think a lot of that area is closed due to the Eaton fire. But yeah, so this one is still accessible, although there was that fire near Baldy, so I think Mount Baldy is currently closed. This is not in the closure area, so there's a little tip, I guess. But yeah, okay, so looking as pretty as ever here. You got these nice little white stripes of what I assume is carbonate on the walls. And yeah, really beautiful cauliflower kind of structures here. Bulbous, kind of white, you know, very neat. And yeah, so looks like someone did a little campfire here maybe at some point. People do drink, but this isn't really a popular spot for that. But yeah, anyways, okay, I'm gonna head out and try to find that other adit, and then we'll find some waterfalls, trust me. Some of these carbonate coatings, mine pearls here, are pretty wild, you know. I don't really consider them to be as insane as tunnel number 4 or maybe even a Golden Star Mine in Las Flores Canyon. But yeah, you definitely have a lot of that going on here. You can really see some of this piping here. I don't quite know what it says there, but there is some sort of label. I do have my waterproof case out there, but I may or may not bring it in now. Could come back in a sec. I do want to check out another adit though, so I'm gonna go do that. This entrance is pretty wild. My little red backpack right there is what you see in view. But yeah, this is a crazy entrance. Water is definitely deepest at the entrance, and yeah, you got these nice little ferns here. Just make it extra Jurassic Park-like, I don't know. But yeah, very cool. All right, let's try to find that next adit, right? So hopefully it's not too much of a challenge, but we'll see. Maybe I'm up to it. I see stuff like this and it kind of makes me think of a second adit here. Although it could be further up there, I don't know. But yeah, anyways, gonna go this way real quick. Not exactly sure where the annex is, but there is a rope here. So this definitely gives me hope. Could just be right up there for all I know. So we'll find out soon. At this point, I'm a significant ways above the mine. I thought I might see something here, but I don't see an adit. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of poke around a little more, but not spend a whole lot of time here because I do want to look for some waterfalls. If I don't find the annex today, I promise I'll be back to look for it. But yeah, for now anyways, I'm gonna poke around a little more and head down. At this point, I'm in some other canyon. So yeah, on my way back, I'll look for it, but there may be a video in the future where I really spend time trying to find it. But yeah, I don't even know what it looks like, to be honest. And I think I have an idea, if it's not around here, where it might be, but that may require just a little more bushwhacking and cutting away of brush. So maybe another day I'm gonna go down, maybe get some footage underwater of that pipe in the red, white, and blue mine, and then go to some waterfalls, some of which I can see pretty well up here. I'm back at the red, white, and blue mine, and this time I'm kind of going in to rinse off, but also to get some photos and video of the name on that pipe, because I think it's pretty cool. I believe that that information is out there on the internet already, I don't know. But yeah, I'm gonna do it myself. We'll see what it says. Pretty cool. Now that I'm looking at this does seem to go a good ways back. So I'm gonna be careful, but maybe you can see. I don't know, how was that? We'll find out. This is that pipe, and at the end of it, I think there is some sort of, like, you know, faucet type thing with a label on it. So I'm gonna see how good the video can do getting a picture of that. Sort of looks visible. All right, so I like this case, you know, the case that I was using, but I try to get some photos, and it seems that sometimes, maybe it's me, I don't know what it is, but on occasion, you know, when I seal it, and I think the seal is pretty tight, sometimes water still winds up leaking through, you know, or maybe there's some sort of air pressure thing that happens that makes the seal pop just a little bit. And yeah, so that happened this time, you know, and it, you know, I couldn't get photos, but I think you'll be able to see on video whatever that says, but I haven't watched the clip yet, but I'm curious. Yeah, so I don't recall too much of the history of this place. Apparently it was an illegal gold mine for a bit, and it was very profitable, maybe in the 1800s, perhaps early 1900s. There's that guy Minefinder, I think that's the name of his channel. I'll put a little thing that says something about his channel right here. But yeah, he goes into more detail. I think he did a little more prospecting than anything I've done here. You know, and yeah, but that being said, very neat spot. Definitely, you know, something you don't want to have people vandalize too much, you know, unlike other parts of San Antonio Creek. So keep that in mind if you do wind up locating this. But yeah, that being said, this kind of reminds me of like what I was doing in the summer, you know, just kind of like, you know, at night sometimes I just find a chill water hole and relax and tell a story. So yeah, I don't know. This one's definitely pretty chill. It's not as, also, yeah, it's not as cold as the snow water because it's groundwater, right? But not quite a thermal spring. But anyways, yeah. So really quickly, that being said, I did do I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I am always kind of looking for hidden thermal springs, right? And there was someone on Instagram who sort of like, oh, this in this range, and it was like there was something they shared, and I was like, oh, okay, I know, I got the thing. I kind of triangulated where it was because he said the range, and I knew roughly where that sort of place could be, just given the distributions of the mountains. And so I used Google Earth to kind of Google Maps just to do that, and I went like early in the morning, and so I was like poking around, like I knew about where this was, and like it is kind of at the edge of private property. That's what I was thinking, and so yeah, I was looking for this thermal spring at night or very early morning, and then the sun came up, and I was able to kind of triangulate where I was supposed to be with regard to the mountains. Because if you move a little one way, move a little another way, it just is hard to. It's easy to kind of mess up that alignment. And so I used that to kind of assess the vector of which I needed to travel along. And I backtracked, and I did find it, So, but it was on this dirt road that I think is private property. So, like, I felt the pipe from which the spring was fed, and there was this little, like, I'll put the video here. This little old pool that was filled in. But apparently, there's a hot spring there. So, when I'm looking for these things, or when people like share something on Instagram, yada yada yada, sometimes it'll be a place that I'm aware of, but I don't really know exactly where the spring is. And this was kind of like a hiking, trekking page. So yeah, that one I'm not going to do a video of or go back to if it's on private property. Sometimes it's like obvious that these are accessible. Sometimes it's more of a gray area. I think the most recent one I did, it's kind of a gray area one, but the other, how many have I put out yet? I think like 3 other videos. I've taken a few down, but those are redundancies. Thermal springs like this one, I guess these 2, and this one, those are all publicly accessible and obviously publicly accessible. But yeah, something I do want to do more of is hidden hot springs, and to some extent, we've had a lot of closures around here. But I'll be looking for more hot springs, more waterfalls, and more mines that have a temperature a little bit warmer than the river temperature right now. Because so this mine's water temperature. It's cool, but it's soothing. I'm not gonna lie. This is a soothing temperature. So yeah. Anyways, not a hot spring, but pretty nice. That was pretty nice. Definitely murkied up the water if you can see it. But yeah, I feel like the temperature of the pools in some of the mines, like this one, and even the Kelsey mine, like especially the water on the lower level, it's groundwater, right? And so kind of representative of, I think, the mean annual temperature to some extent. And compared to a lot of the water in the, San Antonio Creek right now, which is, being sourced from snow melt, the water there is quite soothing and actually pretty nice, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, headed down, gonna find some waterfalls now. Maybe do cold plunges depending on the quality of the waterfalls. But yeah, there's at least one I can see that I want to go visit. I think I passed it last time I was in the area when it was raining. So yeah, it is a seasonal one though. Alrighty, well, that's a pretty big waterfall. You can kind of see it from the canyon I was climbing up. But yeah, it looks like at the base there's quite a bit of graffiti and trash, So that's why I don't give away locations exactly of the mines, because people do vandalize and trash areas like this. But yeah, nonetheless, pretty cool. Looks like it's actually kind of artistic up there with that structure. You can't really see it well from here, but yeah, it does look like more artistic stuff than just this. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna head down and maybe go up a few more canyons before turning back. See if we find more waterfalls. I don't know. This was cool to check out. I had seen it from above before, but never from up close like this. So I'm happy I decided to stop by after we got some rains. And even with the graffiti and the trash, it's still kind of a neat waterfall, and definitely a place, if you visit, you'll probably have to yourself. Although yeah, I don't know, it's surprising how much graffiti and trash there is. So yeah, I don't know. Have you been here? Who's been here? That's what I'm curious about. But yeah, anyways, off to the next spot, wherever that may be. Here you have a spring kind of flowing out of the rocks, and it does go into the creek. However, we're kind of at the side of the creek, and you get this really nice riparian vegetation here growing, you know, where it kind of pools into the ground. But yeah, anyways, I thought I might check this out a little more, go further up that way. We'll see what we find. Yeah, here's some water trickling down where it normally does, you know, and yeah, definitely not a hot spring, but a lot warmer than the water in the river, which is right over there. Yeah, anyways, I'll poke around a little more and then kind of keep going upstream a little bit, but I may actually go back downstream. I don't know, we'll see. At this point, I've done a little bit of off-trailing, not super far, but what I want to do is kind of poke around further down that way. You know, and also in terms of time, like I started really late today, and I know we had that time change last week, but I don't really know when the sun's gonna set, so I'd rather kind of be out of this environment right now where there isn't really much of a trail, and more in like a gravelly creek bed or something as the sun kind of descends. So yeah, anyways, I think I'm gonna do that. And yeah, one of these days I'm gonna allocate a lot more time to exploring this area. A lot of this I've already done, but I kind of want to see like what waterfalls are up Cascade Canyon. I want to hit Stoddard Falls, the one with the big pool again, and explore more little canyons further up that way. I know there is a closure right now, so I should also look at where that closure is. It may very well be that Stoddard Falls and Cascade Canyon are in that closure, and right now I'm a good ways downstream from that. But yeah, next time I come here, I'm gonna try to maybe start from a little further up. But yeah, okay, now I'm going downstream. The old Baldy Road is right there where my thing is kind of tipping at right there. I'm gonna try to just climb up and down that, you know. The road actually kind of, you know, becomes present there a little ways back. But I think when I came up, I went this way. But yeah, anyways, cool road, and you just sort of see it alongside the creek here and there, but really overgrown, not really accessible by vehicle or bicycle or anything, but pretty cool. Here we have the old Baldy Road, and yeah, definitely not something you want to screw around with too much. I'm not even going to walk too close to the edge here because yeah, it's kind of a vertical drop, you know, and you don't want any of the spots where the rock has eroded out beneath to allow you to collapse on the asphalt. But yeah, anyways, you do find this kind of throughout this area, right? It sometimes it's present, sometimes it goes away, but it is a sort of a nice path, and yeah, like sometimes you can even jog a little bit, although not usually for all that long. But yeah, you know, like this is sort of joggable. There are parts where it's definitely a little less joggable. But yeah, anyways, yeah, further down there, I guess. I've seen a few of these old pipes, and to be honest, I kind of want to try crawling through it, you know. So yeah, it looks like I'm not the only one doing that. There's a little bit of a tread from a footprint here, but yeah, anyways, kind of neat. So I don't really feel like squeezing through there right now, but still kind of a neat area, you know, and yeah, pretty cool. Not gonna, yeah, maybe another time I'll crawl through that, but a little more effort than I think it's worth at the moment. Not quite a mine, but kind of worth looking in, I guess, in my opinion. Anyways, off to whatever's next. Here we have a little tick just crawling on my hand, looking for somewhere to bite. And you want to be careful about the ticks here, you know, especially if you're doing what I'm doing, a lot of bushwhacking. There aren't a whole ton, but just, you know, try to be vigilant, do tick checks, because these do bite, and I heard that they can spread diseases, so suck blood, all that stuff. And apparently when they bite, it's hard to feel them, although for whatever reason, I just haven't had many ticks. I think it's just because I check a lot. But yeah, anyways, there's a little one for you. Despite all the bushwhacking and stuff I do, I feel like my skin is still pretty sensitive to little critters crawling up my arms and legs like that, you know. So doesn't hurt to do checks every once in a while, but in my experience, I often feel them well before I need to do checks. And if I start feeling a lot, I start checking a lot more. So I think today that's the first one. I don't always include it in a video, you know, but there may have been a few other videos where I've done little tick video things here and there. But yeah, they're around, and they are quite the bloodsuckers, so just be aware. This canyon looks pretty interesting. I think it'd be neat to follow it up at some point. Also, one of the things I see on the side right here is just these odd little metal artifacts. So, I mean, there could be some development or something, some sort of structure further up. This could just have been from, you know, San Antonio Creek right here. But yeah, when I think this year, maybe more so now, I may come back to the San Antonio Creek, Baldy area to do more exploring videos and just exploring for myself. So yeah, I haven't gotten footage of everything I've seen today, but it has been pretty neat. And there's a lot here, and there's definitely a lot more that I do know about, but I haven't actually put on video, just due to the nature of some of the other videos. So yeah, I'll probably come back here more this year in addition to Lytle Creek, but yeah, nonetheless, beautiful area. I think it makes sense to head back now. I started around maybe a little after 2, maybe around 2:30, which is a lot later than when I normally start. And I did get some exploring in, but it wasn't really the amount of exploring I wanted to do. And some of that, you know, I think I could have, if I really just like rushed it. I think, you know, there's a little trail here, that road. I think I could have gone to, you know, like Stoddard Falls and Cascade Canyon. But yeah, I just wind up stopping, especially on trips like this, a lot up these little canyons, even like stuff that might look like that or something, just to explore. And so sometimes you find things, sometimes you don't. But yeah, definitely gonna be coming back here. More trips out to Lytle Creek. You know, I'm gonna try to hit those hard this year. And yeah, this whole San Antonio Creek area, like I had gone to Baldy a bunch, and I've been to this mine a few times and up from Stoddard Falls to the mine, but I haven't really explored downstream. And this area, you get really kind of a lot of growth that it's easy to pass things sometimes. So I think just like, you know, keeping my eyes vigilant and trying to do different routes, we'll find some cool things. That being said, since we got a lot of rain, I also want to revisit some spots that I hit hard, like Big Tahunga, and not to necessarily go back to places that I've already been, but to sort of explore other spots, like kind of Clear Creek from below is one I wanted to go to. I wanted to do a loop, you know, Trail Canyon Falls, but maybe Condor Peak Trail loop to try to do that. I've heard it's really, really bushy past Trail Canyon, and I remember it being pretty bushy last time I did that, but I've never done a full loop to include Condor, so that could be cool. And yeah, once the snow melts a little more, Ice House Saddle, Middle Fork, and yeah, once the closures end, you know, we'll do some spots that have burned, I guess, recently. But yeah, it may vary, I guess, depending on when those close and how long those get sustained. Anyways, yeah, so I'm gonna go further that way, get back to my car. But yeah, one more thing too, there are a lot of nice peaks here. And I just personally, like more recently, I've been less interested in peaks also. Like peaks are great. You get up and you can see a lot. It's cool. It's like, yeah, I made it to the peak. But honestly, like some of these waterfalls, mines, hot springs, more recently hot springs, I'd say, those have just become more interesting to me. So expect videos of all that, but I might start getting back into peaks again. I don't know. So yeah, anyways, onward and outward.